We are going to talk about the Hormone Foundation Program. I am Dr. Beth Westy, women's health and hormone expert. I'm so excited to talk about the launch of this program, what it is, and how I have developed it to really help guide women in the best way possible to get their hormones functioning better and to keep it there longer. So, this is designed around you. Every program I have is built around what is going to help you best. What makes this different is that this is focused on your specific test results. Now, overall, the program, it's 6 months long. It's 6 months, and you might be thinking, that's a really long time. That's a super long time. It can be seen as a very long time, but I will tell you this. This gives you enough time to make a lot of change with your health, with your daily activities, lifestyle, whatever you need to do. And it gives you a little leeway in case you get off track, which can happen, right? If you go on vacation and you forget to take your supplements, or if you have something happen, you get sick and you feel like you get off track for a little bit, that's okay. This is enough time to make a huge difference overall. It's also one-on-one support. One-on-one support, that means that the recommendations you get specifically are based on what you need. There are a lot of programs out there that are designed to help women with their hormones. And I'm not saying that they're bad, but they're often cookie cutter of, oh, month 1, we work on your sleep. Month 2, we work on your energy. Month 3, we work on, right? It takes everybody through the same process. But if your sleep is already good, why would we spend a whole month on that? Do you know what I'm saying? So we build your program specific to you and what you need the most help with. We're going to focus on putting out that biggest fire first, getting you feeling better that much faster, right? And there can be other things that come up that you realize, I didn't realize this was an issue for me. I didn't recognize this. Oh my gosh, now that my stomach is getting better, I'm not as bloated. I didn't realize how dang bloated I was for years. I just thought I was chubbier, but now I can tell my belly was big and bloated and it was like rock hard, and now it's not like that. Holy bananas, can I work on gut stuff too? Absolutely, because it's one-on-one. It's based on what you need. And we take you through the functional process of helping your body work better. This is very different than, oh, this was off on your lab, we're going to give you this supplement and that's what you're on forever. No. We are focused on having your system and shifting the most important things in your lifestyle to make a difference. I'll give you an example. There is someone who I started working with just a couple of weeks ago. One of her biggest complaints right off the bat, and she's like got a list of like 25 things that she wants to work on for her health. But the hardest thing for her right now is getting up in the morning. Yeah. Her waking levels are her waking levels of cortisol just on the floor. So it's like, of course you have a hard time getting up. Of course it's going to feel like you're not a morning person and it takes you an hour or even 2 before your brain becomes alive. Naturally, because you don't have any cortisol helping you out here. Let's change that. Let's work on some things. Did I talk about adaptogens? Did I talk about some specific things to help with that? Yes. Did we talk about her sleep pattern? Yes. But immediately I said, let's integrate light therapy. She got a sun lamp to help her wake up. And then I said, we want to kickstart that cortisol. So I had her start doing 25 jumping jacks right away. Like, get up, go to the bathroom, but within the first couple of minutes, just 20, they don't have to be great jumping jacks, they don't have to be whatever, but that starts getting the blood pumping, moving, and it provides a cortisol response. It's triggering this. And 2 weeks later, we had our check-in call actually yesterday, and she was like, this is incredible. She's like, I don't feel amazing, but she's like, I can get out of bed. I don't lay there for an hour, struggling to put my feet on the floor. In as little as 2 weeks, she was spending an hour in bed in the morning just struggling to get up. And with the specific targeted recommendations for her, in as little as 2 weeks, we have made a life-changing difference. Now, are there other things we're working on next? Absolutely. But this is why it's so important that you work with practitioners and providers that are really focused on you and what we're going to put together for you along this journey that gets you the best result as quickly as possible. That's what's so beneficial about one-on-one support overall. So that's the biggest thing. Now, the other thing you get is 2 Dutch tests. This is the dried urine test for comprehensive hormones. I have talked about this. This comes right to your house. There's a pamphlet here. There's instructions on how to take it. It comes with a form that you fill out your information here, the strips that you collect for your sample, and then the prepaid envelope right here where you put it back, send it back through UPS, back to the lab, and then we go over your results, and then that's how we designate your customization and where we start. Can it be off of what you're focused on and what you're struggling with? Absolutely, right? Of course. Of course, it'll be on what you need to focus on most first. But it's also on what we're seeing on the labs. If you are B vitamin deficient, we're going to focus on that too. If you are really struggling with certain things, we're going to include that, right? And like I said, what if with these Dutch tests, what if the gut marker is increased? We're going to talk about gut stuff. What if your inflammation markers are increased? We're going to talk about the impact of inflammation and layer that in to your protocol and lifestyle changes and what we can do to get that down and keep it down, because your inflammatory response matters, right? These are all things that are built around you, and we go off of data-driven things. That's what we make our recommendations on. And then, of course, all the custom recommendations throughout this whole process are based on what you need. We're not going to recommend something if we don't honestly believe it's the best right next thing for you. I have a whole team of providers that I work with that we have trained extensively in Dutch testing. We've been working with women, thousands of women, for years and years and years on this process. I personally vet and cultivate a team of female practitioners because I really believe that women serving women is unlike anything else. So if this is something you've been struggling with, right? If you feel like, oh my gosh, I have all these issues, I'm exhausted, I'm not sleeping well, I have a bad PMS, I'm really moody and irritable sometimes, and my period's starting to change, I feel puffy, I don't know where to start. I've already been eating clean. I've already been eating healthy. I tried a Whole30 and that didn't make a difference. I tried to go paleo for 30 days and that did, whatever it is. I tried going to the gym more and that didn't make a difference. I tried XYZ. I looked up these supplements and I'm not seeing a change. What do I do next? This is what you do next. Because if you're not methylating, and can we see your methylation process for estrogen on here? Absolutely we can. Absolutely we can. If you're not methylating, eating more salad is not going to help you methylate more, right? Eating more salad. Working out an extra 15 minutes is not going to help you methylate more. And if your cortisol levels are crazy off the charts, elevated, I just had this last week with someone. She's been doing these super intense workouts, which, is it bad to work out? No. But such intense workouts. And I was like, your cortisol's already sky high. Let's not. Let's shift this. These are going to be the best exercise recommendations overall for you to lean into right now, right? So that's the biggest thing. Going through, doing a Dutch test, working with you for 6 months, and then retesting. Why do we retest? Because we need to see how things have changed. Did we miss anything? And seeing those before and after results. The number one things that I hear in doing a Dutch test are relief from women. They've had blood tests and they're like, oh, they said my estrogen was normal, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, but you're not methylating. That's going to impact your brain fog and memory and energy and all these other things. And if you know anything about methylation, you know what I'm talking about. And I said, again, that's not helpful to just get a blood test. You have to see the methylation process through the urine. That is what's helpful information moving forward. And then we retest, how well is your body maintaining it? What supports do you need moving forward? How can we help you ongoing so that the tough spot you get in, you do not end up in again? That's our goal and that's our mission, right? Our goal is not to have you on supplements for a lifetime. It's to start you on tools and using specific tools to help you function better so you stay that way longer. That's the difference of what we do. That is the Hormone Foundation Program here. I'm so excited that we are launching into this. If this sounds like you and you need this type of guidance, make sure you are clicking that link, signing up, getting more info. And again, reach out to me if you have any questions. That is what I'm here for. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys later.